Welcome back to Society Case Files. My name is Robert, and today I want to talk about a couple of role-playing games that are about to have what I'd call some spiritual successors, or maybe even the inspiration of them is about to come out. If you like this kind of content and you want to see more, please subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. But without further ado, let's dive into this conversation. So, a long time ago, I happened to be at Half Price Books, and I stumbled on the ultimate game for me. I'm a huge fan of monkeys and apes. I just think they're hilarious. I like the crazy hit monkey memes. That hit monkey show was hilarious. I don't know. I just got a thing for monkeys. We even have a song from our band called The Ballad of Mr. Raisins about a tailor monkey that saves the airship crew. So monkeys are kind of our thing. And so when I came upon Terra Primate, it was a no-brainer to just buy it immediately. It was very inexpensive, and it was out of print as far as I knew at the time. If you've ever played a game by Eden Studios, then you sort of know what you're getting into. It uses this Unisystem, I believe, and that is shared by several other games, like All Flesh Must Be Eaten, and Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Witchcraft, a bunch of games like that. So the concept of Terra Primate is pretty much Planet of the Apes, but where they differ is the fact that they have 9 different ape world settings to make your game unique. So it's not just Planet of the Apes, where the apes are pretty much dominating humans and all that stuff. There could be all manner of things, and that's pretty cool. And with that information, you're capable of doing pretty much anything. You can combine those 9, you can take pieces here and there and create a new setting. It's pretty cool. All around, it does say that it is a comprehensive, intelligent ape creation system for players and ape masters. There you go. It's savage role-playing in a world where man is the missing link. It's super fun. The artwork is absurd. Let's see if I can find a good picture of some. I just saw an actual straight rip-off of Planet of the Apes. A couple of astronauts. One of them looked a little bit like Taylor and his pals. Very funny. So if you can see these two characters, and I think you can, you've got the savage girl over here and some dude, but their artwork is pretty funny. So here is a ape doing some sinister science stuff on a human, and that's kind of what you can expect. So I think this is an actual quote from the movie Congo. They're smart, too damn smart. They domesticated gorillas and they turned on their masters. Okay, so there you go. Anyway, it has the full Unisystem rules. I just confirmed that. And if you can find a copy, it's super fun, especially if you like All Flesh Must Be Eaten or any games like that. This one is kind of a must-have. So, why are we talking about Terra Primate? Well, the Planet of the Apes game is just about to come out. In fact, I already have the PDF copy of it because I did crowdfund the game. So, the game that came out a long time ago just seemed like a great idea to chat about, since this is out of print. But it pretty much did everything that Planet of the Apes is going to do. Actually, it probably does more, considering Planet of the Apes is going to have to really focus on the IP as opposed to making your own ape world. And in that way, the game that apes the Planet of the Apes game is possibly superior. Sorry about that. That was really bad. But anyway, so Planet of the Apes on its way out. Terra Primate probably replaced, probably for the best, considering that it's not really something you could easily buy. But if you can find a copy, it's super fun. So, the second game we're going to talk about is about to be replaced by something so similar that it's hard to say that it isn't pretty much the same as Terra Primate, and that is the HP Lovecraft Preparatory Academy. Now, this game is pretty much Harry Potter with Call of Cthulhu. It's got very few pieces of art in it. But the overall concept is that you're a student at the prestigious HP Lovecraft Preparatory Academy, where you'll uncover conspiracies, deal with bullies and uncaring professors, explore dangerous steam tunnels, study for exams, escape from horrible monstrosities that humanity was never meant to see, and try to avoid an extended stay in Arkham Asylum. And that's just orientation week. It's from Third Eye Games, and my friend just randomly found this, and I picked up a copy as soon as he turned me on to it. And it's super fun. It's a great idea. I have no trouble with it at all. I think it's a very interesting concept to play children in this environment, particularly since it is so brutal, the Lovecraft genre. I mean, just the stuff that happens. I think that overall it probably is a fun game, especially if you want just a slightly darker Harry Potter. Not that it could get much darker than some of the stuff happened in there, but whatever. Anyway, that's HP Lovecraft Preparatory Academy. Make your student go through, live your school life. Now, the reason I brought this game up is because Cthulhu High School is about to come out. Now, I just pre-ordered that, and it's basically 1990s Buffy the Vampire Slayer Cthulhu fighting. It takes place in Innsmouth, again during the 90s, and it is just completely over the top with the art and everything else. It really does take from those source material pieces that I'm talking about and runs with them. So, while the primary difference between this and that is that is going to be a little bit more campy in 1990s, and this is going to be Harry Potter style, they're both in schools, you're both playing students, just slightly different vibe as far as how things go. All around, I'm not sure which one I prefer. I think there's a place for both. So unlike Terra Primate, where it's pretty much, all the monkey you could possibly want is in here, and Planet of the Apes will be very specific, both of these are fairly generic in one regard, that you're going to be able to play a much more varied style of play. I mean, this could be... it could be Harry Potter style. It could be Vampire Diaries. You could run some sort of, Twilight game. Anything you wanted, really, and throw in the mythos here and there, or keep it low-key. You could even use this to do a sort of Dark Shadows for children kind of thing, I guess. And I'm sure that the 90s one will be the same. The trick, of course, is that if this was set in the modern day, if you set this in the modern day and the kids went to this crazy school, sort of like in the movie, or the show Wednesday, then you can at least have some modern technology in there, and you wouldn't have to think back to what it was like in the 90s if you were alive then. I know plenty of people who are playing were not, so it would be a serious period game, and sadly, it would be a lot like people playing the 1920s Cthulhu when I was in high school. Okay, maybe not quite that far back, but close. I mean, I had to do a lot of research to figure out how to play in the 20s, because obviously I was 50 years removed from it. So even 15 years removed, I guess you could watch some movies and stuff, but it might take a little bit of work. And either way, I think both games are going to be super fun. I think the other one is a little more polished. This one has a little bit more of a down-home feeling. Like, somebody made this with love, and it's not the best print quality, but it's more than sufficient. It's not like gonna fall apart. It's a nice paperback. The quality is definitely here for what it is. It was not very expensive. I didn't find any expansions for it or anything like that. Whereas the Cthulhu High School is coming out with all kinds of stuff. They've got buttons, they've got notebooks, messenger bags, t-shirts, extra books, tons of stuff. They went all in. And I think that's kind of the way it goes now with Kickstarter and crowdfunded stuff. I've got a whole bunch of crowdfunded games, like my game, The Raven, that I have another video on the channel about, and some more that I'm going to do videos on here in the near future, where you just get a ton of stuff. You get way more books than just one. Now, of course, there are Kickstarters that do only offer you one book, but I feel like the majority of them are trying to reel you in with additional material. So, anyway, that's enough about these two games. Here is Terra Primate. Here is HP Lovecraft Preparatory Academy. Have you ever played these games? Have you played any of these independent games? Are you looking forward to the games that are going to quote-unquote replace them? Do you crowdfund games? Let me know in the comments below. But for now, this is Robert with Society Case Files signing off.